Just 9 months after his release, Valentino is back in prison, but this time on his own terms. He's addressing inmates in Washington, D.C., telling them about his passion for drawing, which he started in prison as a way of coping.
Yeah, this is my favorite, and this is the most iconic hole in golf.
28 years ago, Valentino was wrongfully convicted of murdering a man who was shot during an altercation. As a young father, he faced nearly 4 decades in prison. He always proclaimed his innocence.
I spent 27 years in prison for a crime I didn't commit, and I'm here just to show the support, because we need change in this system. It needs to be equal, it needs to be fair and just, and I guess, by me being here, my voice lends that type of support, and hopefully we can reach lawmakers.
While in prison, his art, mainly drawings of golf courses, was published in a magazine. The article described his case as having unreliable witnesses, a taped confession by another man, and a lack of any evidence linking Valentino to the crime. Inspired by his story, students producing a documentary about wrongful convictions secured an interview with the original prosecutor, who admitted this lack of evidence, and the case was reopened. Valentino's conviction was vacated, and he was released from prison.
Without that video, who knows, I might not be here right now. The visual evidence, it speaks so much more volumes than evidence just in the paper, that's typed out on a piece of paper. When people can see a visual, they can see it more clear than they could if it was something that they had to read.
Here, Valentino meets with the wife of another inmate featured in the documentary series. She hopes the media attention will secure his release as well.
Can you hear a shot?
So the students have a way about them of getting people to talk. I think their youthful innocence coming forward when they go in to talk to people, I think people were much more receptive.
The U.S. has the highest incarceration rate in the world, with more than 2 million people behind bars.
It's not uncommon that in the U.S. you have a judicial error because you have what we call an adversarial system. The prosecutor versus the defense. The convicted person doesn't really have a chance to defend himself, and the prosecutor uses the police, the investigation, and all the resources at his disposal to find that person guilty.
Valentino encourages inmates to research their own cases, to try to improve their chances of release. In the meantime, he believes finding a creative outlet like drawing can provide a different kind of escape.